What up? What up? What up, everybody? This is DeAngelo with Whatever the Fuck I Want podcast. I'm about to bring up my Raw Sports Radio family. First, I'm gonna add Dave in. We got my boy Will the Legend, and we got my boy Trav the Truth, and Cap on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Raw Sports Radio fan, what up with it?
What's
What's
good?
going
Salute,
on,
salute.
everybody?
What's the deal, family?
What's
Can you
good? What's
hear
good?
me?
What's good, Cap?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We hear you, Cap.
Good.
We ain't mention you because you ain't that important. So,
It don't matter, bro. As long as you hear me, that's it.
all right, then.
Well, it's about time y'all got something like, damn, 2 hours.
Hey, nigga, this ain't your show. This Angelo's show, all right?
It damn sure ain't.
All
And
right.
Angela need to
Okay,
work
man.
on. Angela need to work on it. I know that. Ain't no
Ah,
way he
here
can
we go,
compete
man.
with
Shenanigans.
ESPN.
Man, you're going to have to edit this part out. Go ahead, Angelo.
Damn, that's what y'all do.
No,
Damn, how
Nah,
do I
we
do?
no, it's
we,
on that
we,
edit,
we ain't
Cap.
gonna.
What's the name?
No, it's on that edit.
What's the name of this program?
It's whatever the fuck I want, Cap. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Okay, well I'm gonna write it down because it's a nice name, bro.
But hold on, Angelo. You got to say, Cap, you got to spell whatever space the fuck. Everything's space, so whatever the fuck, but you can't spell it with UCK. Like FUCK, you got to spell it with F
Ash,
asterisk, percentage, and then K. That's why.
Percep-
Yeah. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna text it to you.
yeah.
But, so what we doing, man? What we got?
okay. my first topic. I hope Cap can hear this. So, because I'm gonna play this video, and you know what I'm saying. I want to know what everybody think about it.
Street here to Boston. I want to attack the wealth disparity here. I think there's analytics that supports that, stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about one, your investment in community, but two, also, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's top 5 in the U.S. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time. I think that could be a mix of commercial entities, real estate, residentials as well. Boston could be, a fully integrated, self-sufficient, hub, attacking minorities and stimulating the wealth gap. I think Boston could be a pilot, not just for wealth disparity here in the U.S., but also for around the world. So you asked me what I wanted to do or what I want to do. One, I want to, attack that wealth gap here in Boston, create a project. Also, I want to help stimulate the overall economy, and I want to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston.
So what you say about that, Cap?
What I think about it? Who are the minority?
That's a great question. Blacks, Latinos, Chinese,
Well, how are they a minority? We know that's
gays,
not true.
gays.
They're a majority, so they need to change that minority.
Yeah, he shouldn't say much.
Everybody-
Yeah, I agree with you, Cap, 100% on that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I guess they talking about us, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess he can't say it. Oh, my fault. Go ahead. You got to be politically correct. Go ahead.
Yo, I think it's nice if it can be done. I mean, we need more control of jobs as opposed to just working. You know,
True
we
that.
need to create jobs.
And with that, like with his plan is to getting, well, it sounds like his plan is to get other athletes involved. He said he had a couple politicians on his side, Do you think what he's looking forward to doing is, you think it's attainable?
Hell yeah.
Well, first of all, can I ask you, who is he?
Well, that was Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics. He signed for $304 million or whatever, and they asked him what was he gonna do with his newfound wealth with that $304 million, and
Making him the highest paid player.
Yeah, it made him the highest paid player in the league, and that was his answer.
Oh, really?
Cap a little slow. Give him some time. Yeah.
Cap was ready to light it up early.
Yeah, this is what he do. He fade away like so-called
Oh,
stars
no,
in the NBA.
I was away from the phone, man.
Yeah, like his boy LeBron. Yeah, Cap, what you think?
Who the hell is LeBron, man?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
but,
nobody.
Oh yeah,
But Cap, man, LeBron never done no shit like this, man. So I'm asking you, he asking you. Repeat it again for him, DeAngelo. I don't want to rephrase your question.
You know what I'm gonna do, and this is a little extra. I'm gonna play it again, just in case Caps or anybody missed it.
Launch a project to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston. I want to attack the wealth disparity here. I think there's analytics that supports that, stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about, one, your investment in community, but two, also, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's top 5 in the U.S. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time. I think that could be a mix of commercial entities, real estate, residentials as well. Boston could be, a fully integrated, self-sufficient, hub, attacking minorities and stimulating the wealth gap. I think Boston could be a pilot, not just for wealth disparity here in the U.S., but also for around the world. So you asked me what I wanted to do or what I want to do. One, I want to, attack that wealth gap here in Boston project. Also, I want to help stimulate the overall economy, and I want to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston.
Yeah, I heard it.
Hey, the key term was Black Wall Street.
Facts.
Said it twice.
About that, Cap.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, we let you start off first. Go ahead, man.
Well, what I think about what he's saying is
Angelo, you might want to mute. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. You got it now.
Yeah, what I think is very positive what he said. But then come again, not to be negative, but we've been doing this like forever. If you can't get in the right people to manage money, we're not going nowhere.
Speak up. Can't hardly hear you.
Like I said, I have my speakerphone on this phone, so it's going to be low. Okay.
Soft spoken.
Yeah, he's soft spoken, man.
Well, can you hear me now?
Put some bass in your voice.
Yeah, speak up, sweetheart.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to kill nobody. That's when the bass come out.
Say it with your chest.
If I'm about to take a life, all right. I'm not doing it. All right. So like he talking about he got the best mic on there. Turn it up. That's all. So you can hear me. But that's what I'm saying about.
They got a noise right there from Angelo. Go ahead.
Hey, you got to first.
Go ahead.
White people are going to be the so-called minority.
Man, hey, speak up, young fella. Speak up.
Okay, well, I'm not speaking no louder. All right, so that's it.
All right, man. That's so unprofessional. Just like a nigga.
It's not professional. Just like I said. Why is it
moving on, man? We're moving on, man. All right, man. Angelo, man, go ahead, man. Tell us who you want to go next.
So is y'all hearing some background noise in my mic?
No, yours. See, everybody. When you go on mute, everybody's the thing is clear, but you had that. It's like I don't know. It's air noise. It ain't airtight. But you good though. You good, Angelo?
All right, Trav. So, Trav, what you think about it?
Man, I think that's a wonderful thing, man. We been needing, guys like him, stars that's out here, whether it's athletes, it could be actors or whatever anybody doing, to speak up and try to get people together to build wealth for our people. 'Cause I think that's what we miss. Because it
Yeah,
is our community in so much chaos right now. But he
yeah.
gonna get a lot of backlash, especially up there in Boston.
Definitely in Beantown. There's a lot of pink up there. It's a lot of pink up there.
Yeah, but hey, some it got to start somewhere. So
Will, what
that should be the goal across the whole country, in every state, every city where we at. Everybody should be doing the same thing everywhere.
that's a big fact. Will, what about you? What you thinking?
Like for me, I agree with Trav, man. I think it's long overdue, and I also think that it'll create a sense of unity, like mentally, because when he's saying that you have these different opportunities, people don't you can't really think the same when you have those same opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at the world a certain type of way. Like for example, you're not looking for a white savior. You're not, you know what I mean? Because that created a disconnect amongst our community too. So having something like that in place, bro, I feel like the end result is gonna be unity, prosperity, and I think it's gonna put like if that's happening across the whole world, across the whole country, that's putting things back to where they should be economically.
What about you, Dave? What you thinking?
I feel that I feel like it's a chess move because sometimes, well, I would say this that by Jalen, looking out. Basically, what he's doing is he's trying to look out for the poor. So if you get the poor behind you, you can get more than just the small community, black community in Boston. You get the whites and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you get a you pretty much you know what I'm saying. You get basically you diversifying the struggle basically, and you got a lot of people backing you. You got the support of the blacks, the support of the Latinos. You got the support of the poor whites. We all basically you know we working for the upper class basically. So it kind of brings us together and creates jobs for us instead of us working for the upper class. So that's basically what Jalen Brown doing, and he said this could be a pilot and it's under that umbrella of Black Wall Street. Basically, I don't go ahead.
Yeah.
You sound good now. I don't hear no more back.
Oh,
What you
okay.
saying?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, man. Like
Was I
I
clear? Was that confuse you a little bit on that?
no.
I think it's a good move. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like for me, I can be honest and say that, man, I didn't even know anything about Black Wall Street till about 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I had no clue. That's something that they didn't tell us.
I
And they
think
didn't.
I think it was also in I want to say it was also in Chicago, but I can't say for sure. But it was people. One of the main dudes came from Chicago to Wall Street and help jumpstart it. It was one of the main guys from Chicago. I wish I could have tell you his name off the top of my head, but he
Yeah.
What
definitely was the main one of the main key pieces in that Wall Street building. Also, that Wall Street they got their blueprint. Basically, Wall Street got the blueprint from Durham, North Carolina. So Durham, North Carolina got it from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Mm.
Wilmington was like a thriving community. It was like the Atlanta before Atlanta. You know what I'm
Dave?
saying? But
Let me ask you a question.
they had two beaches, lakes. I mean, they had everything in Wilmington. They had, there was Republicans back in the day. They owned it. It was the only successful overthrowment in the government that the government allowed in the U.S. history. was when they allowed the Democrats to come to Wilmington from Raleigh and overthrow the government in Wilmington. So and then that was really like the first one, and then they left and went over to Durham. That somehow got ran to the ground, got sabotaged, and then they started in Oklahoma, Tulsa. What
Yeah,
what you
I
what you
didn't
were
know
saying,
that.
Trav? Oh yeah. And Umar
They,
touch on it. Umar touch on it also. What you were saying, Trav?
yeah, I was gonna ask you about up there where you from. Ain't that where the black guy didn't he have his own bus company in
What
Carolina?
in Carolina? I'm not sure
Yeah,
you
back
put you
years
put me
ago.
you put me onto it. I didn't know that, but I know Angelo to come back to Trav though. Angelo in Chicago. That was founded by the Haitian brother, the city of Chicago.
Yeah, Jean Baptiste Point du Sable.
Yeah, that was founded by him.
Yeah,
So Jalen Brown, he know all of this, bro. He he know all of this history. He got people, you know what I'm saying. He got a lot of people in his camp. Jalen Brown, a Hebrew Israelite, anyways. In case you didn't know. And he tried. I think he wore the number 12. Nah, he ain't wear the number. I don't think so. But he let it be known when he was at the University of Cal, that he was Hebrew Israelite.
I see. I'm gonna tell you, like, really, it was like they talk about Black Wall Street, but it was a lot of black communities all around the whole
Thank you.
country
Exactly.
that was doing that.
Yep.
But even I could tell you, even when I was a little kid back in the '80s, where I'm from in Pritchard, Alabama, a lot of black business owners, a lot of them at that time. But as time went on, I think when the crack era hit, a lot of that went away, and a lot of the black areas went down from like the '80s going into the '90s. A lot of it went downhill.
Yeah, like Rosewood and Wilmington, those like blueprints. But
Yeah,
Tulsa did it the best, though. You know what I'm saying?
certainly. And I definitely think that, what I'm saying, it could be done again because it's too much. It's too much money in our hands now. You know
For
what I'm
real,
saying?
man. For real.
It's too much money in our hands now. And um I remember on a couple episodes back where we was talking about somebody was saying that athletes aren't shouldn't be role models or some leaders. I forgot who it was, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. These are the ones they may not be leaders, but these are the ones that could help the most with bringing about change because they got the most bread. Let's just be realistic.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause that was one of them politicians told LeBron, "Shut up and dribble."
Right. Right. And
Yeah,
look, somebody like Jalen Brown, man, he making a huge dent. You know what I'm saying? He. I mean, this guy got a chance to be more effective than Bill Russell. Now I don't want to say that. I don't want it. I don't want Bill Russell. I don't want to compare, the money to Bill Russell. Cause like Bill Russell really did go out there. And he marched with King. He
Right,
summit with
right.
with uh with Ali and those guys, man. But the way that we know money talk really, man. Money talk. I mean, those guys, they organize. You can't really outdo Bill Russell, but if Jalen wrote what Jalen Brown can do, man, it can really, really, really change the momentum here, shift the momentum in this country, like for the black athlete. Cause like what LeBron is doing, it's cool. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's helping his hometown, Akron, sending the kids to school. LeBron just following the blueprint of like Jalen Rose and those guys. He started a charter school, which is really a public school. He put it
I,
under his
I,
name.
look, I
But
just saw a story.
but he what he doing is, what I'm saying, he's sending a lot of people to school. And I think Jim Brown did that too. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because Jim Brown was part of that summit also. Him, Kareem, um, Bill Russell, uh, I think it definitely was Muhammad Ali. Martin Luther King during those times in the '60s, like around about '67. But what I'm trying to say is, if Jalen Rose, because it's still going on right now in Atlanta, we still got like a black city in Atlanta. Even though they trying to overpopulate us in Atlanta and take it over, you know what I'm saying? You see a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of whites moving in, buying up things, Mexicans, everybody. They won't let us have it for ourselves. But Jalen Brown, he raising the bar on activism. So
Facts. And it ain't been
so
nobody doing like that
and,
in a long time.
and so LeBron gonna have to step his shit up. He can't just get by with putting a couple people through college.
No.
We need to create our own system.
And it's your voice, man. Sometimes you gotta say some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when with you don't always have to like put your money behind it, but being vocal and speaking upon certain things, like he's done better than most though. He's done better than Michael Jordan and better than other ones, but he need to come on and jump on all the way out there and jump on board with Jalen Brown. Really, you know what I'm saying? He need to come all the way out.
Yeah, because
Yeah, man.
Jalen,
Go ahead.
yeah, because Jalen, I hadn't heard any athlete talking like Jalen,
No,
like
Right.
Black Wall Street and talking like that. No other athlete has been talking like that.
no,
Yeah, and as far as LeBron, like you say, he need to go ahead and jump on all the way out there because he ain't gonna be able to use this black active, being for the people, black activism as part of his GOAT argument. We can kill that because Jalen
But
Brown
see,
gonna make it look like child's play. It's gonna be a
LeBron need to link up with Jalen Brown and a lot
oh,
of other ones
but
that
LeBron.
want to do, for the community. They got to
Mm-hmm.
get together and unite because, the bigger the numbers, more can be done.
That's
yeah.
right. But
Kyrie gonna jump on.
Kyrie gonna jump on, but Trav, LeBron is not gonna really jump on with Jalen Brown because LeBron is pretty much he's a fake activist. He's not a real activist. He's with the Boule Society. We got a whole society of people who
I
are under the
mean,
Boule. Listen, Trav, they under the Boule. They with the Boule, right? And these are blacks. Like you see Ben Crump, the attorney and all of these people. You see all these people, the Al Sharpton. You see all of these
so you
people.
think you think
The Will Smith.
LeBron a part of the
Hold
Boule?
on. I show you proof. I show you tattoos. I show it all to you. The videos. So he part of the Boule. Now the Boule are the gatekeepers. They basically the black faces. They're the gatekeepers, man. They don't. That just explains it all right there. They're the gatekeepers, man. There's no other way to say it. They're
Yeah,
the gatekeepers, and they're the ones who keep black folks back. They act like they're for black
So,
people, but at the same time they keep them back. So like if I came to you talking black and talking woke, all I'm doing is getting your plan from Trav, and I'm going back and telling the gatekeepers your plan to make sure it don't happen.
so you and you know
Meanwhile,
more.
I'm giving you energy. I'm saying, damn, yeah, Trav, we need to do this shit, man. Yeah, black folks been down for too long, man. We don't mess with nobody. Meanwhile, I'm getting everything you say and bringing it back to the gatekeepers. And you wonder
And
why your
then
shit
too,
don't work out.
majority of those they be Masons too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it gets deeper in that hole with just Mason. Most Masons don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many secrets. So a lot of
So you
Masons be
talking
doing
about so
good
you
work.
talking about the people with the live money.
I mean, listen, it's levels to it, man. So most of them
The
don't even.
the level is the money you got. Because you gotta
Yeah,
think somebody like Jay-Z. If he didn't have the money, he wouldn't be around them people.
man.
everybody have these fraternities, man. They start from college with the
Well, you gotta
fraternities, man.
think somebody like LeBron, Jay-Z, they haven't been to college. They just got wealth and been around these people that run in the same circles.
But those are I'm saying the majority of them. This is
Oh
exception.
yeah. The majority of them,
Yeah,
they don't know. I know a
because
bunch of Masons.
I'm a,
yeah.
I'm
Go
under the
ahead.
fuck. I'm under the fuck Jay-Z act.
Yeah.
But
Straight up.
like
Yeah.
me
He's a.
personally, like a lot of guys like that, LeBron, Jay-Z, a lot of these guys got money. I can't bash them because I don't really know. Everything ain't on social media, so I don't really know everything they doing, and a lot of stuff they put out. A lot
Nah,
of it be false that they put out on people. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't judge them by what the media is saying. So
yeah.
that's why I don't really bash a lot of them because I don't know.
They not doing. They can't do nothing for Black America because these people are freeze their damn accounts. They
But
can
I
help
do know.
everybody up. Trav. They can't help us, man. They can help the
But
white
no,
folks.
listen though. I do
All right.
know they have changed a lot of black people's lives. They
Yeah,
employ a lot of black people. So they
individually,
are doing something.
individually. But listen, anything they do for blacks, they gotta do for whites. But mostly, they don't want. They see them helping their people, man. They pretty much they get faded out eventually, man. But or even worse, man. They get canceled. Just it's just
Man,
certain
I'm
things.
tired of this council stuff. Man, can't nobody counsel you.
The people who write your checks can cancel you, man. The
Listen,
people, listen, they can
when
freeze
you
your
get
account.
to
They
a
can
certain
freeze your account, man.
when you
That
get to
money
a
ain't
certain
real, bro. It's electronically.
when you get to a certain point and have a certain type of money, you can move a certain kind of way to not lose your money.
But Trav, have you ever heard of people getting their accounts frozen? Had a banker come online and express that on the Sirius XM radio about
Yeah, they'll
how
do stuff like that, but
these millionaires, celebrities get their accounts frozen for
so
doing the
what
wrong,
happened to back years ago?
for
You
doing
you you got
unauthorized moves. Trav, from doing all unauthorized moves, unauthorized financial moves. They get their account frozen. So it's almost like they telling them how to spend their money.
see me if I had it like that, I have a safe somewhere, a couple of safes in different places
You
that
got to get approved.
fireproof, bomb proof, and everything.
You gotta get approval just to get that shit out. A lot of that shit out, man. You can't really pull that much money out of banks, man.
Hey, hey, y'all, this my son, y'all, DeAngelo
Angelo was
Jr.
good, man.
He wanted to get on here.
Yeah.
Yo,
What's
what's
up,
up,
man?
Pop? What's up, everybody?
Salute, bro.
What's up, man?
I agree with anybody who said something about LeBron being on the coon side.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to say.
yeah, it's discouraging, bro, but it's the truth, man.
I mean,
It's
I'm gonna be
heartbreaking.
honest. I didn't Pop. You know how I feel about like LeBron, but I'm 24 years old, and I've probably heard him say 3 comments regarding to the state of black people in America.
Right. He just do just enough to get him by. Then he got the white publishers also, Angelo Jim. He got the white publishers. I mean, PR guy. No, yeah, public. What is it? The rep. He got the public. Yeah, he got the white PR guy who control all his. This white guy tell him all the black things to say, all the conscious things to say.
Yeah,
So LeBron is he's a puppet on the string, man.
yeah,
And whoever was talking about somewhere in North Carolina where a black town was self-sufficient on their own buses, I
Yeah.
think it was Selma, North Carolina.
Salmon also.
And
Oh, with the buses, yeah, with the buses. Okay, yeah, that was Trav.
that went out of stat. That cut off when Martin Luther King
Luther
and
King got on.
like when he was trying to get everybody to ride on the same bus.
Yeah.
But my comment based on Jaylen Brown, I think what he's doing is a great thing, but I think I don't want to say I don't believe in him because I would love for something like that to happen. But I just keep in mind that like all that money is under contract, and we know white men hold that contract. And
That's all I'm saying.
I would like for it will only I only think it would work if he is used as like a beacon for other black people to come in with money. And like only way we can be successful, I think, is if we all fund like our own stuff. Like white people don't want us a part of their stuff. They don't want us in their stores. They don't want us doing nothing. Like so, we might as well
Yeah.
have our own stuff. And the only way that would work is if
Right.
Jaylen Brown is somewhat of a beacon of hope.
Right. Yeah, man, he raising the bar, man. You can't just come out say drool a couple statements, man. You can't come out say a couple statements and then consider yourself woke. Or for the people. That's corny, man. Those days are over with, man. We don't need no. That's what church is for. Go to church. You know what I'm saying? The preacher selling you hope. We don't need no more of that. We got
Yeah,
enough. We got enough of that.
yeah,
But
they,
like I said, but far as Jalen Brown, man, if he puts the money into a business and put it under the tabs of minority instead of blacks, I think that's another way to redistribute, that he can get his money out to the people. Because I don't think they don't really let you directly help your people like that, man. It's
no,
always something with it. They always flood. Like I was they always make sure, like, even when you see the NBA cleaning up the community, they always bring all these white kids out of nowhere from probably middle class neighborhoods, and they be the ones to meet the stars, and they get the shit to them, and the little black kid in the back getting treated like the little, you know what I'm saying, marginal, they treat him like he's a stain or whatever, you know what I mean? Black
I
kids get
mean,
left behind.
my thing with that is with the whole incident. I mean, I ain't gonna even call it an incident, but the whole contract and what his statement was just the fact that it's like, I'm not necessarily happy that it was an athlete or a celebrity that did it. Like, I'm not really too much for backing a celebrity or athlete, really, because your true mission was not to be an activist to me. Like, it was
Right.
always, you know what I'm saying? And you can only do what you can. And really, you can't put too much thought or focus into the black community when you focusing on a season or your endorsements or all that stuff. I want somebody this is their main goal. Like, I'm
Right.
gonna be honest, and I don't know how serious the guy is. I don't really watch too much of his stuff. I think he
I can
kind of a
see.
joke too. But like when Dr. Umar Johnson came out, everybody
Oh
was like,
yeah.
it's immediately made fun of him for the stuff he was saying. But like, I would agree with most of the stuff is like he was speaking on behalf of just actually working to bring up the black community. I feel like we should have backed him a little more than we did. But we look to celebrity like normally, like people like me, my age group, we look to celebrities for guidance, and I don't really like that.
That's what he say though. That's what Umar say. But he didn't have to get the size school that he wanted. You don't need all that. He could have did something else with that money that black folks was giving him. He ain't had to start at the top. You know what I'm saying? The top of the line type of facility. He could have got something. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, man. He could have got something else, bro. It's a matter of fact. What? How we know Doctor Umar is on some bullshit because it's this young 24-year-old down in Georgia. This motherfucker, he got a couple schools, one or two schools. He got a school down in Georgia, man, and he teach all the young dudes. Their mom sent him to him. He teach them how to change brakes, teach them how to change tires, how to change oil, teach them how to do plumbing, teach them a little light work like electricity, teach them everything hands on. Teach them how to grow food, teach them martial arts, and he got his own school, and he got it for a little or nothing really.
And
see
Like
that's
I
that.
said, people give you stuff. People give you stuff, man.
See, I
So,
think that
so Omar lining his pockets, man.
see, this is my thing with that. I like to stay on code. Like what I do is I take bits and bits and pieces from everybody, whether it be Umar, whether it be Boyce Watkins, or any of our other self-appointed leaders, because them niggas self-appointed. You
Yeah,
know what
You
I'm
talking about
saying?
Moise Watkins.
Yeah, they they
Yeah, I
they
tried to.
self-appointed.
I signed up to try to buy his program and shit. Nothing, man. Yeah, he is for a bunch of bullshit. Cause I can say that because I tried.
And what's the and the guy what's the guy on Instagram?
Jay Morrison,
No, the
the
big belly,
scammer.
the big belly dude with the dreadlocks that the
I don't know him.
man. We was just talking
I
about the
don't know. I
dude.
never heard of him.
He he um he be
Oh,
selling
Derek Grace.
Derek Grace, yes,
Yeah,
Derek
he's selfish as
Grace.
hell. That's what you call it, boy. Will,
Yeah.
Will,
See, I
Will.
don't like nobody who only come around when they trying to sell me something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he got
saying?
like a Ponzi scheme, like a pyramid. Yeah, Ponzi type of scheme, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like You know what I'm saying? If this information is so life changing for the African American,
Just
what are
tell me
you
about it.
selling it? What are you selling it for?
Yeah.
Why are you selling it?
Truth is to be told, not sold.
Why are you selling it? And you know, and that's part of, I brought this up before. That's part of my beef with Jay-Z, man.
Yeah.
Stop selling us bullshit, bro. Stop coming around every tax time with a tour and an album, and then purchasing shit and getting us to go buy the jerseys and shit, and then you sell it. You a capitalist, bro.
Yeah. That's sort of like the Bible. A quote from the Bible say, "Buy the truth," which means believe it. Buy means old word from being believe. Buy the truth, sell it not. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So same thing, but
I,
most people are in the selling shit though.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Oh, my bad. I'm bad for cutting you off. My bad.
No, you good. You good.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest. I know he don't have necessarily the image, but I think the number one person to me who do the most for Black people without
It's
all the praise, I think it's 50 Cent. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's
Oh,
50.
you crazy.
I
50 Cent. I
This
don't
is
know.
why I
I
say
don't know
that.
what 50 do though.
You crazy.
50
Man, hear him
Cent
out. Hear
came
him
out.
out. Let him hear what I don't know.
50 Cent came out and like they asked him in an interview, like, why won't he work with Tyler Perry or whatever? And he was like, he feel like Tyler Perry hurt Black people image more than he more. No, listen, hold on.
He right. A lot of people feel like that. Yeah.
A lot of people feel like that, and I do too, Pop. I really do
Yeah.
too.
I'm
You watch,
listening.
like, if you watch a Tyler Perry documentary, it's always the boy a drug dealer or the nigga ain't shit or he beating on his wife and all that stuff. And 50 Cent came out and said, like, I don't really like that because, like, you could just tell stories of people and give a better look instead of what you imitating, what you the story you put out. And he was like, wait. He was like, one example is like, he didn't think Tyler Perry was necessarily for everybody in the Black community if it didn't benefit him. And one of the cases he made was Monique being blackballed. He was like, he was like, 50 Cent said, if you ever notice, Tyler Perry never said anybody not to hire Monique, but he also never told them to hire Monique. Monique didn't get a gig until she got that gig on on BMF, and then now she got her own special and stuff like that. And I think when it comes to 50 Cent, it's more so he providing opportunities while bringing up the image
Like
instead
what?
of, huh?
Like what?
Like even with TV shows, or just give it, like, we don't know who none of these people is on his TV shows. They ain't got one single acting job before they came on his TV shows. Like, you have Ghost and all them, yeah, don't get me wrong, but they was low level. You can't name me other than what's
50
that one show that Mike Epps did, that one movie Mike Epps was in, Next Day Air. That's the only thing you could probably name Ghost in. And the other one before that nigga was in the Tyler Perry movie where he played a gay man.
Hold on.
That's the image that I'm talking about.
Hold on, D. Wait, whoa.
Mhm.
Here, check this out, son.
Yes, father.
50 Cent has created what he calls a so-called universe, the power universe. He calls it a universe where every single facet of that universe is a corrupt Black family.
And what about his other shows? What about the
What?
show? What about Life?
Life?
Yeah.
What show is that?
You talking about the show on ABC? About the guy that was
Oh,
in
the
prison.
lawyer dude.
A lawyer.
That was a phenomenal show.
And then also,
they
what about the
canceled
show?
it.
And keep in mind, he's presented shows to multiple different networks that he got denied. He wanted to do hip hop crime. He wanted to do stuff like that.
How would that have helped?
Solving the murders of celebrities. Yeah, that would help.
I don't. we gotta solve the murder of Pookie. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be focused on solving the murder of the celebrity. We gotta solve Pookie's murders too. That's issue number one.
Who is Pookie?
Nah, the everyday person in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Because I'm initially thinking.
I know you know who Pookie is, but
that's who I'm thinking about.
But it threw you off. Yeah, you had to make sure.
He thinking I'm talking about Chris Rock.
That's the show. I'm like, I don't think you can say that, nigga. But no, I mean, but at the end of the day, he has multiple avenues he's tried to go down, but
I don't think you hit hard enough on that point, man, that you brought up. It was kind of lightweight because 50 ain't what. In order to say that somebody is not good for the black community, you got to be doing just as much or more. So what is 50 doing in comparison to Tyler Perry? That's what I'm saying.
I think Tyler Perry don't. I don't. You know, when it comes to Tyler Perry with his studio, right?
Yeah. We know all the bad things about him. We know all the bad things about him. But what is 50 doing in contrast?
Oh, I just think 50 with just pretty much trying to provide these shows. You know, like I said, he has 10 shows that was denied.
What is shows gonna do for black people though?
What is shows gonna do?
Yeah, they come and go. What is that gonna do? Like Tyler Perry got a whole network. That shit it can last. It can stand the test.
But I'm gonna honestly say when it comes to that is with me and him, the difference between him and 50 is with Tyler Perry, I'm getting the opportunity to come on his show and I'm getting how white people view me on the on a like level of, okay, maybe 50 Cent do the drug dealer shows or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm getting the image on TV of I'm a gay man, gay black man, or I'm beating on my wife.
But some dudes are gay though, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta full of gay niggas. Man.
But see, if you look at Tyler Perry shows, if you look at them movies, it be a message. If you watch the movie,
yeah, it be a message.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, yo. I just watched the show that Tyler Perry got, like, since he bought BET, and I don't know what went left with the show, but it ain't have nothing of no substance to me. It's about, I don't know if y'all got TikTok, but
I agree with you.
It ain't no substance in it. It's just
I agree with you, man. He always, you know, he wear that narrative out, man. He put us in a bad light constantly.
But you got to take away
that's what he had to do to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's up there, we'll see how now that he got his own network. Let's see if he continue to do that.
But no, he didn't get I don't think he got the network. I think he got outbidded.
No, he got it. He got BET. He got BET
and VH1.
And VH1.
No, he got his own studio.
Him like one point or something like that.
That was another situation. I forgot what that was. Who that
was. You know, he got his own studio. Yeah. Big studio, acres and acres of land. He employed a lot of black people.
There you
go. That's the thing. That's the thing. See, when you thinking about the shows, D. You thinking about the shows. It's about how you affecting everything. Like that man, dude is employing us.
What 50 doing is a microcosm of what he doing.
50 don't sit at the 50 sits across the street from Tyler Perry. He don't even get in the same room. You know what I'm saying? He sits across the street.
So that would beg my question is what happens when you get in the room?
But hey, bro, this is what your question should be like. 50 had the same amount of money as Tyler Perry. Why didn't he make those moves?
Image. I think it's image. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest.
He got the bread. He you know, he licked up when he got that vitamin water lick. You know what I'm saying, and everything else. But you know what I'm saying, he could have made the same moves because your actions speak louder than your words. But in hindsight, maybe Tyler Perry might inspire him to do better, and that's great.
I just think when it comes to, I've never been the biggest fan of Tyler Perry because I've always, in my own opinion, I don't think nobody else should agree unless they fully believe in it. But I just believe in the aspect of when it comes to Tyler Perry, sometimes it could be a little bit of tokenism with me. I think
he do put black men in a bad light. Like, yeah, that's true. That's a true story.
Yeah.
But have a little more balance, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
can you show us more in the positive light? And he do got some of those movies where the woman lead the good black man, and then he blow up. You know, not blow up, but he go on to be very, very successful. And you know what I'm saying, they fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like
He
even
leave.
another one where the dude ended up turning to a doctor, the girl leaving for the Playboy, then Playboy had HIV and everything.
Oh yeah.
I forgot
Oh
that
yeah.
movie.
Hey, that was a good
Yeah,
movie, bro.
yeah,
Like,
that was good. That one, but it's also another one. But it just I think it's all real scenarios at the end of the day.
and also yeah, they all real scenarios. But I just think if you think about it like that, like look at the state of black communities we in right now. You got nobody is with the first with they firstborn's mother. Nobody is
Shit,
marrying the like fresh
that's not
out of
true.
high school with a girl, which I know is
That's
just the
not
state
true.
of America as
That's
a
me.
whole.
Yeah,
But at
and
the
it,
same
and they
time,
say, and even Oprah came out and cleared that narrative up that black men are the best fathers. Basically, they stick with their children. They do more for their children than any other nationality in America by percentage wise.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying, but like, and a whole thing about us marrying out of our race and all of that shit is overblown. It's overblown because black people stick with black people. It's only like a minority, but we choose to focus on a minority of dudes that probably couldn't get. She was lame. He was lame to Jaleesa, but you know what I'm saying. He went somewhere else, and then now everybody focusing on that dude that went somewhere else. But that's overblown. Most black people stick with black people, and they
like,
marry. They marry in house.
yeah, I think that
I
story
don't. I
is
don't know. I might have said that poorly, but I think you get my drift. But then it's just overblown narratives, man. It just it's, uh
I would love a story, and no matter whether it's and then like I said, my thing is I think you gotta fix images before you fix the image before you know.
true that.
With me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm prevention before cure type of person.
Oh yeah.
So with the image thing, I just think it's kind of like, man, I get tired of seeing. I want to see a story, inspiring story where a nigga, yeah, he is, maybe the nigga from, but he
It's
go to college, the nigga become a doctor, he lives his dream.
it's on the way.
I
It's
see
on the
so
way.
many shows like that when it's white people. Like we got, uh,
Guess what you just spoken into existence.
yeah, I would hope so much, but
Yeah, it's on live. We come back and say, "Damn, you spoke of that. You
like
challenged them."
I like what's that
Ain't that
show
how that worked, DeAngelo?
watch with the
You
doc?
be surprised the things that you say or might criticize, whether you criticizing or whether you saying it in a positive light. Either way, man, you'd be surprised. A couple of years later, you look up like, damn, you see the movie. It's on the. I'm telling you, bro, it's on the way. That's just how the universe works, man.
Yeah.
It's on the way. You just spoke it into existence.
Like Pop, you want to know somebody that I mean, well, you don't personally know, but I know a story that I would love to hear.
And what's that?
I would love to hear Alonte's story. Alonte Gardner, who I went to college with.
Yeah.
I would love that man's story. That man's story from Pontiac, Michigan. His
Mm-hmm.
brother made it. His brother made it to the NFL, and him is a sports agent now. Like that's a story I'd rather hear. I don't really
Right.
too much like the
That's
stories.
the plan. That's the plan I got for my son. If he'll follow it, they got their own mind. But yeah, I'm a gardener too, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? With all of this to tie everything back in, I feel like people like Jalen Brown will reach out to Tyler Perry. They probably already
Yeah.
working together. You just ain't got to advertise everything.
Right. And see, and those are two type people, your Jalen Brown and your Tyler Perry, that will link. Because
Facts.
Tyler Perry, that the Tyler Perry not scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry not scared. 50 Cent probably scared.
Scared,
50
bro.
Cent, if he has an image, a tough guy image to uphold. He got a lot working. He got a lot working against him. Where you know what I'm saying, he not gonna be one of the ones that we can
Yeah.
count on. Because and plus he's and I hate to say it, he too much of an asshole too.
Maybe he
50,
the second.
50, 50 they gave 50 hiring power. That don't mean he the man.
Well, then maybe he'll be like the Trojan horse of everything, really. Like maybe he the sacrificial lamb type thing. Like I don't know. Like I just personally think sometimes you need the fuck you attitude. I think that could be used. I
If you
mean,
got heart, but like your pop said, he's scared.
yeah,
He got fuck you attitude to his own people.
That may be a factor, but I think with the Jaylen Brown situation, before he link up with Tyler Perry or Oprah or whoever it is he link up with, I think he need to link up with the people. His speech,
He ain't gonna link up with no Oprah. I can tell you that much.
well,
He'll link up with Tyler Perry. But
no, I'm like he needs to link
man,
up
I'm
with
telling
the
you,
people.
bro. Like, listen, it's a lot of people you don't know about in Georgia, bro. It's a lot of. I'm telling you, people that's doing things, millionaires, people behind the scenes. You don't see, man. Jaylen Brown ain't no fool. He Hebrew Israelite, man. Those are those conscious brothers, man. Like he got a lot of people around him, man. He got a whole team. And I can say that I don't say I personally know each one of his team members, but Jaylen Brown has been on this way. He's been on this, and finally he got the energy. Now he activated. Like his parents been plugging this into him in high school. I mean, since he was young, because see the thing about, man, the Hebrew Israelite church, man, you get taught this stuff since you young. I was part of the Hebrew Israelite church. Man, you get taught all of this stuff, but you really can't speak or you can't do nothing. You can't really read until you're 12 years old. Then that's when you start to get like a voice when you're 12 years old. You got to learn all the history. You got to learn the Hebrew. You got to go out and do activism work. You got to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Once you become of age of 12 as a man. You doing all this. So Jaylen Brown, now the only thing holding him back is being 18. Then he turns 18. He leave high school and he go to Cal. I mean, he was telling us he was Hebrew Israelite. He had this plan the whole time, man. Don't think for not once that he just got activated. Bro, this bro been activated forever, bro.
Yeah.
Hebrews.
I know he said something about Boston, where Boston got a lot of people who somewhere involved with the movement and everything. I just think that's some of the people I want to see him around. Like I want to see the regular people who has to live in what we going through every day.
You missed it, bro. Jaylen Brown's a Hebrew Israelite. He has to be modest for the most part. He's around the man. You go to you know how many fucked up people in the Hebrew Israelite church? You talking about the poorest of the poor? These people poor, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, and like that's how he go to the same church. Boys to Men went to the same church I went to. Took pictures with him and all these guys. Mildred Taylor, a boxer. These guys went to the same church. A lot of these brothers be Hebrew Israelites, but most of them turn Hebrew Israelite when they retired. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, they do it when it's safe for them.
Yeah, a lot of them after they get divorced, after the wife divorced them, then they find the Hebrew Israelite church.
Yeah, I think that Jaylen got the pulse. He feel the pulse of the culture. You know what I'm saying? He got boots on the ground. He got boots on the ground. I mean, since he's put his plan out there to the world, you know what I'm saying? We really gonna get a chance to see how he come through.
Right.
You
And quite frankly, though, I think Jaylen Brown probably outgrew the Hebrew Israelites because the Hebrew Israelite got gatekeepers in there also.
Yeah, that gatekeepers everywhere.
Yeah, the gatekeepers everywhere. So he gonna be an independent thinker. Jaylen Brown got the mind for the people, bro. He ain't focusing on celebrities, bro. Bro, he focused only on the underclass people, man. That's only people he focused on.
Not trying to compare the two at all, but if that's how you say it, I don't really know too much about the church. That's how you say it.
You say you don't know too much about you said the church?
The Hebrew Israelite church. I don't know too much about it, but
you ask your pops, they call it a church, but they won't come off like a church. I
bet
you believe that. The only good thing that save people on the streets, they be like, oh, thank God y'all believe in the Bible because we thought y'all about to come through and whoop our ass. You know what I'm saying? Because they come through, the hood niggas be taking off, man, going the other way when the Hebrew Israelites come through. They're rough. But Jaylen Brown, trust and believe me, bro. Jaylen Brown is exactly for the poor the people you described that you was concerned about him being for, those are the only people he for. He ain't for the like he said, because he believed in the Bible, like far as was it real or not. He said Christ came for the poor. You know what I'm saying? For for the poor people. That's mainly who Christ came for. The
man.
sick. Go
And
ahead.
and Jalen, man, Jalen Brown. I put this in my sports group, man. I wholeheartedly mean this shit. Man, Jalen Brown is my new favorite player in the NBA, bar
Right.
none. And
Right.
and anybody that feel away, we got a slap box about it.
Damn.
Straight up, we could slap box about it. He is him, Himothy
Right.
Brown,
Timothy Bryant.
Timothy Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Trav.
And there ain't gonna be no negative talk about Himothy.
Right. Hey Trav, man, what kind of Hebrew Israelite brothers you know? You know them to be rich?
Nah.
Hell
I,
no, none of them ain't
I
rich, bro.
ain't gonna lie to you. Majority of Hebrews I know, they became that once they went to prison.
Yeah, a
They
lot of
went to
people.
prison and
A lot of
learned
people.
about it because they didn't know nothing about it until they was incarcerated and
Right,
got out
because
and they had all that knowledge.
yeah, because they ain't really spread out to the Alabama and all of that set yet.
Well,
They
nah, you have a
did. They
lot on
started
that. They be out though. They be out a lot down here in Mobile.
now. Yeah.
Nah, for years they been out a lot. Well, not like the Muslims used to be out years
No,
ago.
like basically they spread. They came from New York and Chicago and spread, worked their way down south, and now they spreading. So like they've been in places like Alabama for like he was saying for like over a decade. But you know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
they been over the whole country for years and years, for decades, for
Yeah,
hundreds of years. They've been
decades at
everywhere.
least.
People just don't know it.
Yeah, it all started from Nat Turner, man. Really, that's what it all started from. Nat Turner. It's basically a Nat Turner church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Angelo know about that, but Angela Nat Turner said he is the black Moses coming back to redeem his people, and the Hebrew Israelites picked it up from there. But
But see, he had to get
I'll
that
leave it
knowledge
there.
from somewhere. So
Who
where he
Nat
get the
Turner?
knowledge from? Yeah.
I don't know. You right.
See,
You
that's
right.
what I'm trying to
You
tell
right.
you.
He probably got it from the Hebrew Israelites. You right.
That's what I'm
They might
trying
have
to tell
existed before
you.
him. You right.
They've been everywhere.
But Nat Turner been known. You know how long ago Nat Turner? But Nat Turner was known as the original, like the beginning. Like they use him as the origin of it.
Oh yeah. That just like
Even
Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King just was popular. It was people doing the same thing he was doing
yeah,
years before him, and at the same time that one popular like him.
yeah. He
Yeah.
came out of Atlanta though, so
Yeah.
he got had the clout.
And then you know what I'm saying, he also was the one that did it they way the most. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm. My dad. No, I'm not a fan of Martin Luther King that
Yeah.
much.
And
I
and Matt,
respect him a lot, but the way he went about things, I wouldn't have went about him that way. I wouldn't have been begging to sit on the same bus as a white man. I would have begged for my
right.
own business. I
Right.
definitely wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know this sounds crazy, and I know times might have been different, and I know it might come off as comedic, but I'm not walking in no suit. Like I'm not walking in no
Yeah.
suit for that long. That's one thing. I just think in ways I felt like we should have fought for our own stuff. So I'm not the biggest fan of Martin Luther King.
Yeah. It was really Mecca Eggers and them that really got change going. You know what I'm saying? But Dr. King was the face of it.
Yeah, but when he started changing his tune and he started being finna go to the other side and realizing his methods were weak and wasn't working, they popped him off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
when he died, his last, I mean, I ain't gonna say his last words, but I mean, one quote that he said before he died is he believed he led his people into a burning building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But he also said that that we basically foreigners in our own land, and you bring these peasants over here from Europe, giving them grants and all of this stuff, and and basically we can't get nothing, and we basically foreigners in our own land. So he started to tell us that who we really were, we the indigenous people of America, Same thing with Malcolm. They knocked him off because you say, "Oh, you can say anything black. You can say America's racist." When you start to tell the people who they really are, that's the problem right there because it's a lot tied into that. So, because they won't know, not only will they owe us reparations, but they'll owe us our land back. And Malcolm X said we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We was already here. They knocked him off. When Khalid Muhammad said we went from Africa, Khalid Muhammad, he said we always been here. They knocked him off. They don't want nobody telling you where you really from, and we really from America.
Oh yeah,
We're indigenous to this land. If you look at
Yeah,
the 1820, if you look at the 1828 definition in the Webster's 1828 definition, it'll tell you that America, we are the original Americans. Nobody else can claim that name except for us. That name was given to the natives of America. In order to be native, you got to be born there. Basically, one generation, you got to be born there. But it went even further. It says the Aboriginal and copper-colored people born here. So
Facts.
so we copper-colored. None of us are. My hat is black, bro. But I don't care how dark I am or how black your cousin is. He can never be black unless he's from Sudan, probably. That's the closest thing. You know what I'm saying? The black, but black, you know what I'm saying, is a status, man. It's a status. And the fact that, like I said, we when you look up copper colored people, it'll have us on there. We're the copper colored people that they came in. They said Europeans said they found us here. When you look at California, that was named after Queen Califia. That's Queen Califia. This is before the slave trade. So late 1400s. Montalvo wrote about her in the 1510. After the fact, she was one of the last ruling queens. Spain took it from her, and then Spain also conquered the
yeah.
Asians or whatever, which are the so-called Native Americans.
Yeah, but one of
Now
the
now
tribe
known as,
called
now known as the Mexicans, right? And go ahead, Trav.
one of the tribe called it the Californian with a K,
Yeah, the Califians.
the Califian.
Yeah, with a K. Yeah, the Califians.
and I think it was like not even I wouldn't say recent. They did.
They renamed themselves the Califians. I guess they were trading with Mansa Musa, and they became adopted his consciousness. Mansa Musa,
Oh yeah,
the Muslim, yeah,
dude,
brother.
that's something that's
That was the
crazy.
modern day Solomon.
Yeah, I can't wait till that movie drop. They shooting that movie right now.
And they talking about
By Mansa Musa.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
shooting that movie right now.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. And they talking about they killed all our buffalo, bro. It ain't no buffalo in no North America. We got bison here. There's never been buffalo is native to Africa, man.
I think recently they did come out and find out that it was like, well, they found it was like a river. It was rivers that led all the way from Africa to America, and we were they said that it was a way that we traded with the other natives on the land or something like that. And I think they found it in like I believe it was like the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon. That's what it had a route from the Grand Canyon to Africa. It's crazy. So
I don't know about that. I don't believe
that's
that.
What they said.
No, they found them. Like they found it, and it kind of makes sense because the closest state to Africa would be Maine, right? Like, wouldn't it be Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like Maine, the East Coast.
North Carolina, somewhere up in there.
Yeah, because even one of the explorers, I forgot his name, when he hit the Carolinas, he hit on the east side.
That was one of the Moors.
First time he said he saw Ethiopians when he got over here.
Black people.
That's what they call them, Ethiopians. So that's what he said in his journal.
Right, but, and then you got to think about it though, hey Junior, you got to think about it though, because most even though they're trying to deny it now, but if you put all the continents together, it fit like a puzzle, man. So when the Turtle Island America broke off from Africa, I mean, like you can go back and put the slaves. It fits like a puzzle. So we slowly drifted apart from Africa. So like no longer could you just walk over to Africa no more. Can't go to Africa to the store or to the butcher no more. Or you can't walk over that ditch. That ditch became a crack in the earth. Yeah, you couldn't put no board on it like we do in the country. It used
And
to.
then
Yeah.
see, they know we had
we do it
boats.
in the country.
Yeah.
They know we had boats a long time ago, way before
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah,
So
way
we,
before anybody.
even after it broke apart, we still was the first ones traveling the world.
Right.
Yeah, but
Because black people are everywhere. I don't care if you go to Asia, you go to
We built Spain,
Australia,
Spain, it can be Greenland,
Japan.
anywhere. Because I was telling
Germany.
Dave about the Twi people from Africa. See, they in Europe. They was like the first people in Europe. That's where the story of the leprechaun come from.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
taught them how to bathe and everything, man. They
Yeah.
didn't know about soap.
They didn't learn that well though.
But
Yeah.
thing-
Pythagamy. What's the guy they said the father of math and what they say Pythagamy?
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah. The Pythagamy. He went to Egypt to learn. He was a student. Basically, he sat in the back of the class taking notes and then brought it back to Egypt, and they call him the father of math.
But
Yeah,
I
they learned that from
don't
the
really
Twi.
like that because that's like to me. I heard that also, and it was like it sounded too much like Jesus to me because like remember in the say where Jesus was gone for a period of time, he actually
You said Pythagamy sound like the Jesus story?
yeah.
Okay.
It's stories that say Jesus was like gone for a
When he
period
went to
of time
like
or
India
whatever.
or somewhere, learn how to meditate.
Yeah, he was missing. He was in Egypt.
Yeah, that I didn't never like that. But with us knowing that Africans been everywhere almost, or not even almost.
And I don't even like that word African though, because that's a white man's name's Afro-Africanus.
See, we can get technical.
That's the Roman soldier, man, who conquered Africa or whatever. I like to
But
use
see-
more like original names like a Cubalans, Cubalans,
But
or the
see, if
Negroes,
you
Negroes or whatever, right? Because go ahead, Trav.
if you dig deep into it, to be honest, like all the black people, they different people. They don't call themselves no African. They whatever tribe they from, that's what they call themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest with it, I might be immature with this thought, but I think we can help each other over here in America, like black people. But like honestly speaking, like every other country has been to Africa and welcome, but actual, and I know you don't like the term, but African Americans, like they don't.
Right.
I have a friend that I love youngin because his parents didn't want him hanging.
Most of the time, when they welcome us is because they know we bringing dollars to the economy.
Yeah, and it sucked because honestly, I say this, and this might make waves as well, but like even with the thought of us being slaves, I really don't like it that much because
we was prisoners of war, man. They didn't bring us slave ships.
Honestly, but they didn't. I don't think we all came over on slave ships. I always told people
that's what I'm saying. They didn't
Of
bring
course
us.
not.
They didn't bring.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
That's what we were just saying. They settled on our land. We allowed them to settle, and eventually they started, bringing their people over and a little bit of land we gave them. Eventually, man, they had the gun. They was the first that invented the gun, the 1380. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they used their trickery and everything, and they little by little in division and treaties and stuff like that. And so
that was
man.
Even if it was the beginning of
prisoners of war, man. Go ahead, Angelo.
How the slaves came over, they don't even say they brought.
No, they ain't gonna tell you.
They don't even say they brought the slave ship filled with slaves to America. They say to the New World.
Yeah,
right.
World that was already here.
See, they got records of this stuff.
Angelo, I want to hear what Angelo. You might have been telling me something I ain't know. Go ahead. What you?
No. I was just about to like reinforce what you said, that they really was just the first to invent the gun.
Exactly. That was their best creation and only thing.
They were the first to invent the gun. But I wanna double back on something. I know my son saw this because we spoke on it a little earlier when about King when he kind of changed his tune. I found the video.
Oh yeah, play
You
that
know,
again.
one of his last joints before he killed him, where you can tell the tone changed.
Right.
And I'm gonna add it in now.
1863.
Here we go.
America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time.
Yep, that's what I was saying, referencing earlier. That clip right there.
Yep, and that was toward the end when the tide was changing.
And I'm gonna be honest, Pop. How I feel about it is, I'm gonna be real. You always say certain things where it's like, to me, we can't afford to mess up. We can't afford to be late. We always say stuff like that to me, and I look at that video.
I say that to you all the time.
And I feel the same way about the video, because at the end of the day, in times like that, even in times like now, we can't afford to make mistakes.
We cannot.
And I appreciate everything he did, and I understand what he was trying to do, because at the end of the day, all you really can do is work with the information given. And back then, at the times he was in, not too much information was able to be found. It was, but I still think the way he went about it was like it was just wrong. We stood out there and watched them sick dogs on us.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though. Like, if he wouldn't have been doing what he was doing, where do you think? How far do you think we would be now if it was never Martin Luther King?
We needed him.
Yeah.
I never said. Yeah, I never said that we wouldn't have. He didn't make his own strides with the movement. No, I believe he did. I believe he did make differences. I felt like bigger differences.
So just like you looking back on that years ago. So now, like if you got a movement or somebody else that's around you, and y'all doing something together, you can learn from his mistakes today to do things different.
Right, that's right. Yeah, man. Each generation improved, but yeah, you gotta if you accept the progress that he made, you gotta accept the bad also with it.
Fact.
Oh yeah, cause anybody, you ain't gonna agree with everything a man do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, in my opinion, I believe that when it comes to Martin Luther King, I mean, yeah, I do agree with he did something.
Yeah.
And that and him even doing something opened up the gateway for many people.
Did a lot, bro.
Well, I would say to open up the floodgates. That would be the best thing.
Yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot. But we can only speak in hindsight. Whereas when we say, I couldn't see myself doing that movement, because in all actuality, if it was the only movement going and it was a movement for anything positive our way, you know what I'm saying, we probably would have jumped on it. It's just a timing thing. You know what I'm saying? If they came out at the same time, and if Malcolm is standing in here today and Martin is standing here today, I'm gonna get in the Malcolm line. But they unfortunately they didn't gain their fame and notoriety exactly at the same time. You know what I'm saying? The momentum wasn't there going in the same direction at the same time. So, we only could speak on hindsight. Now, I still think I'm a more of a Malcolm guy um than Martin, but it's in hindsight.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm be honest and say, like, even with Malcolm, I don't agree with him in certain ways either. As far as attack, I wouldn't say attacking, that's a strong word, but like him antagonizing Martin either.
Somebody had to call him out, bro. Somebody to get him right. You know what I'm
I
saying?
Yeah,
But
like
they had plenty of meetings
iron,
and sit down.
yeah, iron sharpen iron. But
yeah, I mean, yeah,
man, there's some guys, man, who play that role. Like Tyler Perry played the role where he get the black stigma. He exploit, or like you said, he do the negative roles of black people, black men,
yeah.
right? Unfortunately, if he probably would have came out with something positive, he probably wouldn't be on in BET or at VH1 right now.
But
You
I
know what I'm
don't know.
saying? So
Y'all
you got
keep
people,
saying that, but
go ahead.
in all the movies, it's negative in it, but it's also positive black
All right,
men
so you
in the
agree.
same movie.
All right, so you agree. And then also with people like Stephen A, who I feel like is a coon, crazy or whatever. But now he done linked up with guys like Cameron and them, it is what it is. He linked up with guys like
He
that. And now
he's
these
still
young
the
now these
same.
jokers making him realize his power. So Stephen A talking big shit lately, if you ain't heard. He even talking shit to about the Jews. He even mentioning them. He's getting bold right now, right? So sometimes it ain't the route me and you would have took, but that's the route they had to take to get notoriety. Notoriety, right? And but now Stephen A is a brand. His name is a brand now.
It do make me question.
Right. And so what if he flipped this for the positive? The verdict is still we don't know yet.
My
Right?
question.
But then my thing. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Just take a quick. You go ahead. You gonna you know what I'm saying? If you gonna go
My
ahead and say what you say real quick.
Would just simply be how many people, including black people, have he shitted on before he didn't need ESPN, before he had his own platform.
Sometimes there's a yin and a yang. It's like they said, the yin and the yang effect, right?
Yeah, people do change. That's like
it's the yin and the
you
yang.
24. By the time you 44, your mind will be totally different.
And I would have already, and my enemies that I've made would have been permanent.
I ain't. See, you'll say that now, but years later, you'll think different.
I just think,
but Angelo, hey Junior, let me tell this is me, bro. My whole thing is, I don't think none of us can really get out of the situation we in playing their game, playing their system. Only way to get out of their system is you got to go outside of their system. You got to go back to the most undesirable place that we don't like as black folks, because we came from slavery, we came from them fields. We got to go back to them fields to get our freedom, bro. This time we working for ourselves. Those fields is what got America rich.
But see, that's what happened years ago.
We gotta have our own land, grow our own food, have our own energy, solar panels. We gotta have our own, water. We gotta have. We can't depend on them. You can't. They're grocery stores. I mean, they've been getting us sick, diabetes, high blood pressure, everything. We go to their stores, bro. They're giving us bad foods, bad meats. We gotta separate from that.
But see, Dave, we well, you know that, we had all this stuff years ago.
When?
Like I was just telling you, back in the early 80s, the 70s, the 60s, a lot of black people had land, had acres and acres of land. What happened? The white man saw what was going on and we was thriving, so they did what they could do to destroy it.
Yeah,
that's what they did
every time, just like they do every time.
Even one of my partners, his great granddaddy, is a city like north of Mobile in Saraland. He paved a lot of them roads up there. He owned a lot of acres and acres of land. They took his land. Like right now, like how you see a lot of these families, they suing and getting land back. His family right now could sue that city and get their land back. What his great grandfather had.
Yeah.
But a lot of them got tricked out of land. Cause I'm telling you, it's a big difference.
Well,
Like,
we're more educated now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like
yeah, there's a lot of knowledge out here.
Yeah, like DeAngelo is just went and purchased 300 acres of land. So he got DeAngelo Jr. to go to law school to protect it.
Hey, that's a beautiful thing.
Hey, we finally got Jake on, man.
Jake, what's up, man? Hey, Jaylen Brown, we ain't talking about Jaylen Brown no more. You can come on, man.
Hey, I've been backstage for a while, waiting for you guys, waiting to get invited in.
Yeah, my bad, Jake. I didn't even see you.
Yeah, no, all right. I got a lot of things to get you guys up on. Number one, we all weren't slaves. On the slave, when they tracked and traced, of the slave ships, only 300,000 people that can be traced from the slave trade to U.S. soil.
I said the same thing.
We were already here.
Yeah,
that's the reason why when you go to these caves in Colorado and all that stuff, there's Egyptian writing in there. We were already here. And as far as respiration is concerned, if I was the president and black people come to me, we want respiration. The only thing I have to do to blow you out of the water is tell you, prove that your relatives came here by a slave boat.
See, a slave boat ain't the only way to prove that you went through slavery. We basically prisoners of war. You know what I'm saying? And
not everybody was a prisoner of war. We were already here.
As a majority,
over in California.
See, Jake, being a prisoner of war don't mean you came on a slave ship. That means once they came here, they tried to fight for our land and take over our land. We lost the war against them in that fight, and they made us captives. They made us slaves, in result of us losing. Prisoner of war has nothing to do with a slave, getting on a boat and all of that. You can't tie those two together.
Hey, the winner of the war always tell the story too.
Let me ask y'all can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trav.
Go ahead.
So now, by being a lot of black slave masters years ago, so were a lot of them indigenous, or were some of them ancestors of slaves?
What you mean ancestors of slaves? What you mean descendants of slaves?
I'm saying like, but before them, like they had us over here. We were slaves,
right?
Did they become free and then have slaves, or was they already indigenous to this land and was powerful and wind up having slaves?
It's different. It ain't just one way. They already were free, remain free. They couldn't fuck with them like my people, the Geechees in South Carolina, the Florida. A lot of them, they was never slaves. You know what I'm saying? They was never slaves, and like my people, they pushed them out on the island or whatever, and disregarded them, try to starve them out. But listen, a lot of people already remain free on the land, and the people that became free that was former slaves end up acquiring land also, and end up acquiring the slaves as a way to say they people.
It's just kind of hard to. I don't know. It's just kind of a difficult thing because you can be a free at that time. You can say you free, but if some white people just snatch you up and take you to their plantation, who you gonna tell? Who you gonna tell?
You can't tell nobody.
How you gonna get out of there? You a free man,
right?
And they capture you. What can you do? So I'm trying to figure out how they had the power to be what they were, slave masters during them times.
You said how they had the power to buy the slaves,
or just had that type of power as a black person. during them times when we didn't get no respect, and the most of us were slaves at that time.
All they did, they conquered most of us. They ain't conquered all of us.
See, that's something I gotta look into right there.
No, they definitely didn't conquer all of us.
I will, since we own the topic of slavery in
I'll be
America.
right back.
I guess it's smart to ask about what do y'all think? And Pops, I want to start with you. Like, obviously, I know what y'all think, but how does it affect us? And I guess the future of history with the law in Florida being passed in the school system.
What law? What's the law?
They
Yeah,
have
that's horrible.
They have to, in Florida, they have to teach, when they teach slavery, they have to teach the benefits of slavery as well. How did black people benefit from slavery?
When did this law pass?
A couple days ago.
Yeah, just recently. The
Man,
scientist.
I didn't even hear that, but that is the stupidest shit that I didn't heard in a long time. So you mean to tell me they making it mandatory to say, yeah, we had slaves, but we needed the slaves in order to farm. We needed the slaves in order to build our houses. We needed the slaves. That's what the fuck they want us to say?
Actually, the way they're saying it is slavery gave us lifelong skills, pretty much, like how to farm cotton, how to build their houses, and
But how? But what use were those? What use are those skills if you didn't give us no land to go with it?
I'm definitely in agreement. Like, I'm just saying that I just wanted to get all y'all's opinions. So
I didn't know about that. I definitely gotta look at.
I think what they really they trying to say, like, slavery was a blessing to black people.
Man,
Because even like in Arizona and some of these other states, they got it in the books that we were indentured servants. They've been doing that for years.
Man, how the hell they think that?
It ain't like when we was in school, like, we learn a little history, but these kids now don't learn anything.
Man, how they think that that's a fucking blessing? Like, we was cool where we was at. We was cool where we was at. And then, you know what I'm saying? You bring us over here, and then you get us into this weird shit that you on, because it was one of them who said, "Ooh, I want to know what it feel like to be with one woman." You know what I'm saying? What fucking weirdo type shit is that, man? You know what I'm saying? We over there having our way with motherfuckers and shit, and they come kings and queens, and we come over here, you know what I'm saying, getting whooped. We already got shit in play. These cavemen motherfuckers didn't know nothing. No, they didn't have no science, no way to communicate, nothing. We invented all of that, but we supposed to say we benefited from them in capturing us and forcing us over here and to raise their children and cultivate their land and all that shit. That was a blessing, and we didn't get nothing out the deal.
Me personally, I think they kind of, in my opinion, I think that's some messed up stuff. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that, because they have to teach everything about slavery. They kind of have to teach everything they've been hiding from us about. Notice how we is in 2023, and not one person can show you where the grooming plantations was. So they have to tell that hurtful part about their, I guess,
and the breeding farms and all that.
I think it's messed up. I think obviously it's gonna hurt us more, but at the same time, it opens that door to information we didn't know that they didn't know either.
Man, I watched a YouTube it was like a little hour thing last night, man. It came out a couple days on YouTube. It was Emmitt Smith, Dallas Cowboys running back Emmitt Smith. he went on a journey to find out where he came from. And
Yeah.
you saw that, Trav?
No, I saw it. I wanted to click on it, but I was a little busy. I wanted to watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Man, it's pretty dope, man. He went back. He went back and so far as to find out, that his great grandmother, what I'm saying, was she was mulatto, and she was bred, and his family stayed together, because the slave master, what I'm saying, was in love with his great grandma. And when he sold him, he sold him. He didn't even sell him. He gave him to his son, and with the strict orders of keeping keep that family together, don't split the family up, because in his way he was acknowledging that them was his kids, but without acknowledging them. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope, man, that he went back and did that. It's probably like an hour long or something like that, but it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, because a lot of them celebrities, they over the years they've been doing that, going back on on their history and seeing where they come from.
Yeah, I kind of don't even want to. Me personally, I kind of don't even want to go down that road, because I'm gonna just live with the fact that I'm a fucking king and I came from kings, and I don't want to know nothing else. I know enough.
You sure?
Yeah, man. I don't want to know that. I'm a king, Joe. I'm a king.
Wasted $100.
Man, I'm a king, bro, and I don't need no tests. I don't need nothing to show me otherwise, bro. I'm a king because my daddy told me I was a king, and my daddy was a king. You know what I'm saying? And that's that.
I wish you would have told me this junior year in college. I wouldn't have spent that $100 for that project.
Hey, I probably spent $100. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, technically, yeah, you did. But I think I hate to say it, but I mean, do you want me to tell you out of respect? Do you want me to? Or?
No, keep it for yourself. I got my view, bro. You know what I'm saying? That my truth is my truth, and you can have yours. I told you was a king. You should listen to your daddy, because I listen to mine.
I listen to you. I know I'm a king, man. I know that. Well, first of all, it was an assignment, so it was either you wanted me to get an A or an F. So really, that was what that was.
Hey, but you probably got a C anyway, motherfucker.
BC. First of all, actually, it was a BC.
Yeah, same shit.
I don't know. It might be good for a lot of people though to know where they come from, or where they people from, or what they people went through. Because a lot of people need that to change they mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I just think it kind of comes down to I was never a person who ever said the words like I want this closure. I never was a guy who wanted the closure or anything. So like with knowing all that information, just because I know that it happened to most of our ancestors, like I don't really need to know the detail. So I feel like when you look up this stuff, you get to looking up details of what plantation was you sent to or traded to, and what happened to this. Like I don't really need to know the detail. I just think I personally think I take a stance with my dad and agree where I think we should kind of spend every moment making them pay for that mistake.
Right. Yeah. But sometimes it's good to know, like, especially if they can go back and know where your people came from the continent, from the motherland. Sometimes, some people want to know that, but like for me personally, like it wouldn't change my mindset because I am who I am. But like some people, if they don't have certain knowledge, that I think that'll help certain people to, like I say, to change their mindset about how
That's
they
that's
moving out here.
Trav. That's why I really
we not from all of it. We not from Africa, bro. We from right here in this soil in America, man.
Well, you know,
told you
I
some of the
know that,
oldest
like,
pyramids are in America.
yeah, I know that, like, a lot of us, you know, are, you know, indigenous, but by now, all of us are damn near all of us mixed up.
But you say mixed up, but you know you can't. The Y chromosome can't get mixed up, bro. Blood, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just talking about the different races of black people.
I tell you what, you
Cause
go over that. You take that DNA test and go where they said you from. I guarantee you
cause listen,
they won't claim you. You better come.
Cause listen, even the different tribes here, they different people. They're just like white people. You got different kind of white people. Asian people, you got different kind of Asian people. Every race is a different kind of people. You know, whatever color you are, it's different people. So you know, if you go back so far, ain't none of the same. But when you come to these days, the average black person, we mix with so many different things to where, you know, you just don't know, you know, unless you go into your history and know where your people from.
I mean,
whether some of them indigenous, some of them from the motherland.
I agree when it comes to like certain situations like that, but I like Pop. You know my homie Mez. You know he got teased a lot growing up because the nigga was a light bright. You know what I'm saying? Both his dark skin. And like, you know, it took him a while to understand it, but like learning where he was from kind of helped him get more of an idea. I guess I do get that. I think a lot of that stuff they trying so hard to make us not know that. They don't want us to know most of this stuff. Like a lot of us
stole our land, bro. That's why.
A lot of us not come from Africa, and I think they try to trick us by calling us African Americans and stuff like that. Like a lot of us come from here. Like I get that,
especially Chicago. Those are Indians right there.
Yeah, I mean
Chicago,
Illinois. Illinois. That's an Indian name.
Illinois. I meant to say Illinois. That's an Indian name. All the streets and everything.
Yeah, it's an
names.
Illinois, like Cahokia, Illinois. That's come from the Cahokia Indians. You know what I'm saying? This was all their land.
We were already here.
We were already here, man.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm fascinated at the fact that people going to trust ancestry to tell them where they came from, because there's no possible way they're going to be able to tell you exactly where you came from, due to the fact it's a small population of blacks. Once again, 300,000 people were traced from the motherland to the U.S. Now, you're going to tell me there's 20 million? How many blacks is there today? There ain't no possible way that everybody, all the black Americans, that they'll be able to trace back to the motherland, because we were already here. How you going to trace us back?
Less than 1%, Jake.
To, somewhere that we never been. How you going to trace us back somewhere that we haven't been?
I think it's echoing, right?
But just like that show,
up, Jake. Hey, but Jake, I'm with you though. That was you know, they can't take no spit. You know what I'm saying? And trace back the way you from, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, just like that show DeAngelo was talking about. I saw a black woman on there. Yeah, I don't know if it was the same show, because I ain't saw the one with Emmett, but it was a black woman on there, and her DNA didn't go back to Africa. She was indigenous to here. Her DNA didn't go back to you know, like,
and most of the people today, DNA is not going to go directly to Africa, because we were already here. And what in the world?
Assuming it's true, But
would
hey,
possess
DeAngelo, you gotta do
somebody
one of his
to,
lines because it's gonna keep echoing.
to believe something
I better.
they done lied to you all your damn life. So all of a sudden you're gonna believe something that they tell you now? Come on.
Right. They said that DNA test ain't real, man. The people said like the
No,
guy
it's
in that
not.
video said you just
They
making
they
it up anyways.
they done lied to you all your
That
life,
kit,
and all of a
they said
sudden
that they
they're
can't
going to tell you
guarantee.
something. You gonna believe it?
Yeah, in that kit they said they can't guarantee. They said it's less than like 10% accuracy, but they don't really tell people that.
And they said 10%.
Less than 10% accuracy.
Oh man, I
They
ain't know
talked
that.
to the main guy at the top or whatever. It's an interview on that. I'll probably try to find
Yep,
a video for you.
Like a baby DNA.
They just making money off of that shit, man. Giving everybody
Like
the
a
Holy
baby
Ghost.
DNA.
Holy Ghost. Oh my!
You might be the daddy and you might not.
And the baby DNA is supposed to be 99%.
Yeah, supposed to.
Yeah, cause they ain't doing it off the majority. They doing it off
basically
like people they didn't test it. People they had got their DNA and they like, well, this percentage is here. They can't tell you exact, but they'll just be like from this region right here, West Africa.
Yeah.
You know, they'll say the Middle East somewhere, some Europe. You know, they just put their percentages up there.
Man, look around.
But they can't tell you nothing exact.
Look around, man. Look around. That's where you from. Just look around. And if you're looking for the indigenous people, the Native American, the real Indians, just go look in the mirror.
Yep.
And I can tell you too, back in the 80s, down here in Mobile, it was a lot of those native, you know, Indians. They were black though. They own grocery store, they own businesses back then down here in Mobile. But today you don't see any of them. The ones they say Indians now, they look like white people.
Hey, my family is from a small town in Tennessee. The same little town that Alex Haley is from. It's called Hennon, Tennessee. And in the 80s, my family owned the whole town. They owned the gas station, they owned the grocery store, they owned the tavern, they owned the pool hall, and they owned a lot of the land. And today in 2023, we don't own none of that shit.
Yeah, they stole it. They'll trick them out of their land.
Well, when I went down there as a kid, it was pigs and cows and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's McDonald's. And you know what I'm saying?
That's the poison right there. That's how they kill us off, man, with their foods, man.
Yeah, they took all that
used to
shit
do it
from
with their smallpox. Now they do it with their foods, man.
So let me ask y'all this: Did y'all hear about Bill Gates? The government gave him the green light to make a meat in a lab, and then they don't have to, and they don't have to let you know that it's.
Of course, man. It's going
just
to
like the clone meat they have right now.
Yeah, it's going to a meatless society. They made all the farmers get rid of most of their crops or whatever, man, because they replacing it.
Yeah, see, that's one thing, you know, we need to be doing, like you say, a lot more black people need to be growing food and their own livestock, because this stuff they got in the food, like you say, Dave, when you go to other countries, this stuff is banned.
It's banned, bro. Even like you get some Lay's potato chips here, it won't be the same ingredients as the Lay's potato chips in Europe.
Dave,
really, that's anything
it won't even
we
be
eat.
the same. Hey, it won't even be the same ingredients as in Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If any of you ever been to Canada, man, listen, I've been to Canada, bro. All that shit tastes different. I mean, from the candy to the ketchup to the mustard to the fruit, like everything up there tastes totally different than what the fuck we got down here, man. And when I first went there, I was like, whoa, man, this Snicker, this motherfucking Snicker tastes like a pickle. What a sugar at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit, this Snicker bitter as hell. Like they ain't putting no sugar in this motherfucker. That's what I was thinking, man.
Yeah, but that sugar, man, messes your taste buds up, man. You got to
Yeah.
get immune to that. Just like if you get sick and you ain't really eating solid foods or anything like that, you just eating soup, and you come back to the junk food, it ain't gonna taste the same. You gotta
Yeah,
you gotta
sugar.
recondition. You gotta
Sugar,
you gotta get
sugar is a
back immune
drug.
to it. It's a drug.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was
Sugar's a
just gonna say
drug,
that.
man. You heard me
Yes.
say it. Yeah. You heard me say it plenty of times. It's a drug. That's why it rotting out
It's
your
a
teeth,
drug.
bro. It rotting your
Yeah,
teeth out, just like some of the meth heads. Teeth be rotting, crackhead. Teeth be rotting. Sugar do the
yeah, the
same
sugar
thing.
kill more people than the drugs do.
Man,
Yes,
they
it
Yeah,
showed
do.
but it
us that
cause
in school, man.
diabetes, all kind of health things. But like I said, the main thing, just how you know sugar is that drug, it rots your damn teeth, just like any other drug.
Yeah, I remember them showing me a science experiment in high school with two mice. They put some sugar, man, in there, and the mice was fighting to kill each other to get that sugar.
Yeah, yeah, just like
Why do you think
marijuana.
they put
You don't never
sugar
see nobody.
in cocaine?
Right, you never see no
People were thinking that
people
they
smoking
was
marijuana. Their
hooked on
teeth never get
cocaine.
messed up.
They were hooked on the sugar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they call it smack.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They call that
Yeah.
booger sugar down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
it's called up here too, Trav. Booger sugar, the diesel. Yeah. But yeah, fellas, man, we like an
Bottom
hour.
line is, man, with Jalen Brown, long as Jalen Brown, man, start like he said, he start connecting those guys, those businesses up there, and the root coming from Georgia. And I know this dude get involved with some land down in Georgia. I
For
mean,
sure.
these are it's rays of light, man. Just hope, like you said. I mean, our people only hope is to get our own land. That's the only hope we got. And bear our arms, man, and follow the Constitution, enforce it.
That's right, because
Because
land is
the
the
problem
one
with this
thing.
country is mostly the whites is that they don't follow the Constitution. They violate the Constitution. And you can have a militia group that reinforces the Constitution.
Yeah, see, that's what we need too. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, these people do not follow the Constitution.
Cause
They
you
are
know they
violators of the
got plenty of
Constitution.
militia groups. So we need them
Because
too.
only way you can legally have a militia group is if you backing up the government and you keeping the Constitution. That's the only way you can have. Other than that, they consider it a gang. So if our people back up the Constitution and the government wink wink, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only way it's legal. And the cops, none of them can violate your constitutional rights, man. And you got a right to bear arms, all of that, man. So, and you do it on your own land, private. That's why most of these places are private.
And that's what
Walmart's private.
that's what we got to put our focus on on land, because that's the one thing that they can't make no more of. So the more you own, the better off you'll be.
The
So
freer you'll be. They can't tell you how
yeah,
to run your land, what you can do and what you can't do on your
that's
land.
right. That's
As
right.
long
The
as you
more
keep
land,
Now,
the Constitution and everything, they cannot police you on your land. It's private
well,
land.
the problem with that is every time we prosper, there was 143 cities that was prospering in this country that um, that they went in there, burned it down, and killed the
Turn them to
people.
lakes. Yeah.
They did it to Chicago twice.
they sure did.
But that's the
You
thing
know
though, Jake. We ain't have social media like we don't really we communicate a lot better now. We got a better system
why?
of
Because they
communication
were
now.
jealous. Because we were doing well. So
And Jake,
with that being said, if you come up with a city that's prosperous, you better have your own police protection to
yeah, Jake,
protect that city.
that's what we say. Look,
Otherwise, they're going to come in with military forces and tear your shit up.
but Jake, I don't know if you've been part of our conversations. That matter of fact, Jake, you was on the phone with me and Cap. That's what we said. We have our own police. You forgot?
Oh, I
Yeah.
probably wasn't on the phone
No, you
when
was on the
y'all had
phone.
that conversation.
No, you was on the phone. Remember, you was talking about pay, you was talking about the girls and getting with the women, and we was like, nah, you can't make prostitutes, make whores out of our women. I like, no, any woman you stick your dick in got to be your wife. You got to take care of her.
Man, what have y'all been talking about? Like the last podcast?
I got 100 wives out there.
Nah, this wasn't on DeAngelo podcast. This is just a conversation on
with me and
personal
you,
cell
me
phone.
and Cap. Okay.
Me, you and Cap. You won't have 100 wives because you ain't got that kind of money. So.
Yeah, I remember some kind of conversation on that.
Yeah. So the goal is like our destructive, degenerate culture is we fuck women and we leave them alone, and that's destructive right there. Like you shouldn't be fucking a woman and then leave her and kicking her off. Now you responsible for that woman.
Sometimes they run you off though.
It, Junior.
Wait, say it again.
I said I don't know how you feel about that. Like our culture, we fuck women, we screw them, and we discard them.
I got a obscure vision of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, get straight.
Not by choice.
Go ahead.
A lot of times.
Personally, I guess I would say I'm young. I'm having fun in my life. I don't really necessarily agree with everything. I've always respected black women,
and that's why he couldn't come on the land, Jake. He wouldn't be on it. He wouldn't be able to come on because he'd be fucking girls and on to the next one, trying them like a salad, sampling them and shit. And he wait till he get older. He wait till he get older, and he'll see the beauty of having that because he's not responsible.
Of the same person who just told me 2 days ago, it's been pimping since been pimping. So don't think that I don't.
I ain't tell you that.
I'm flawed. I'm flawed.
Listen,
but he know better. Hey, look, that man put a ring on your mom's hand, so he know better.
Wait, what?
I'm flawed.
He doing the right thing.
Nah. I'll be honest though. Honestly, like really, really speaking on it, I believe that we should do better at that, but I just think that's not really a cultural problem. I think
if that's not a cultural problem, then what is it?
I think that's more of a woman problem in our culture. That's not.
Nah, we can't say you can't say the ones that don't want to be saved, bro. They won't be on the land if they didn't have this mentality.
No,
most women want to be married too.
I'm saying when you teach somebody. And this is a lesson from my dad, and it ain't, but like when you give somebody help, it kind of sometimes end up them keep constantly coming back to help because you know that somebody's going to be there to help you and pull you out of the fire.
That's in this culture. You gotta have that. You gotta have those instincts in this culture.
No, I mean,
about if we living on the land, you can't bring those same methods to the land. Well, basically, everybody is pretty much doing things the right way.
He talking about we all living on
away from niggas.
Away from
Oh no, I don't think that will work. No.
Huh?
I don't think it'll work simply because at the end of the day, like it's always gonna.
We're gonna give you some more time to think about it, but you're living in chaos right now. That's why you got to respond the way you respond. You basically doing you doing what they say trauma management. What I forgot what they call it, pain management. Or basically you doing everything to protect yourself from getting burned or hurt or whatever. So you gotta operate like that in this culture.
Wait, before I answer this question, but I do want the opportunity to answer this question.
But I'm saying this. Go ahead, man.
Could I ask the ages of the people in this chat?
My age, since I've been thinking like this, I've been 17 years old. Since I've been thinking this way, since I adopted this way of thinking, since I was 17. I keep telling you the Hebrew Israelite make men of boys. That's what you get from boys to men.
Okay, so with that being said, I understand you have a mindset since you were 17 years old. I think that's a great mindset. I just don't think that my age. I just don't think my age group is in those times. I don't think we ready yet. Like me personally.
Those times. All right, so let me ask you this. So it's cool. So you all right with a motherfucker trying to get at your woman and all of that. See, like if we, like me and Jake and Cat was saying, like if we all living on the land together, and you know, ain't nobody trying to go screw Trav wife, because if they do, he gonna get up off that land, or he gonna get, you know what I'm saying, and he gonna get served
Oh,
basically
okay. So now I
a
get.
restraining order to not come back on here, and if he do, we gonna kill him. And he might not even make it off the land. He might not even get that out. We might kill him right then. But most likely we got to go by the law. We got to do it the lawful way.
Okay,
But
so
it's just men
me how
protecting our
I
society
feel.
from all these wicked ways that the Europeans taught us how to be.
So you're asking me how I feel if we was to already be living in that sort of. Now, in my opinion,
We can create that by having our own land, our own.
oh,
You know
do
what I'm
I? I
saying?
mean,
But I'm just saying that's what, you know what I'm saying, like I was asking you, how do you feel about brothers not, you know what I'm saying, by the time you get to a woman, she's somebody's seconds, or even by the time you get to a woman, she ain't been chaste or abstinent from sex for a while. She already got to it. You just joining the triangle.
well, let me answer the question because I
So you're gonna have a lot of problems.
I get what you're saying now. I would be for it. I think it would be the best thing to do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You can ask my dad. I'm a big mafia fan. That's how they did it.
A word.
You couldn't mess with somebody's wife. I honestly am for that. I don't think we're there yet, though.
Right. But a lot of us is.
A lot of us are.
A lot of us is, man. It's the consequences are there. And you got people there willing to enforce it.
But that would be my question on if we
just
call
men have to
ourselves
step
for
up
our
and be
people.
men. That's all it is. It's not a speculation like you making it out of. It's just a absolute definitive must. That's the way it have to be, bro.
Yeah, I would agree that it would be good that way. But
It's no speculation. There's no gray about it. It's certain.
I do agree with that, and
But it's like once you sign, this is what we doing.
Yeah.
This is what we doing. And here's the consequences if you cross this line.
Yeah.
Now, if you make the choice to cross that line, then it's off with your head. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you say, it's no gray area. It ain't really nothing to think about. If you come over here with us, this is what we own. And if you deviate from this plan, you know what I'm saying, you will be dealt with.
And at the same time, Junior, we probably go around all the places that the ballers be going to, partying. We don't necessarily got to party with them, but when you come out like that, bro, like you gain wealth, bro. You shining, man. People in the group probably just do just about anything that everybody else in the world do, but we got basically ways we go about it. It's a proper way to do everything.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? You probably see a dude come about that land with 4 women on his arm. I probably can only afford one.
I never said that I disagree. I said
no, I'm with you. I'm just saying a lot of people, they judge when people say that, right? Because me personally, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'd rather just have one woman, right? You know what I'm saying? But most of these women ain't equipped to have for one man. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? And there is a woman out there for, you know, there is that type of woman out there.
So Dave, did you? I don't mean to cut you off, but did you ever check out that guy? I this is another guy that I seen on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. He called himself Nature Boy.
Yeah, Nature Boy clown.
Oh man, no. Don't even look. Stop. Don't even talk about it. Don't even say nothing about it. Don't even put. Stop right there. Stop.
Hey, he tried to convince the people, man.
Nah, he on some other weird.
Yeah, weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I say stop. Don't do
he
it.
out there for like lust, just to fuck women, and he ain't trying to build up his people.
Yeah, man. He was taking, man.
He was taking. He ain't trying to build up people. Hey, Angela, I got a question. Matter of fact, Junior, I'm gonna ask you, bro. What point is it if a man got a family, right?
Okay.
If a man got a family already, he meet another woman who he think for whatever reason. I'm not saying the woman he with is perfect, but he leave that woman, go with another woman and start a family. And he ain't even really finish raising you. And he start his own family, but you know, cause he's for, like, what sense is that to like break up a home and go with the next woman and leave his little man behind. And the women just got just as much blame too, because they, it's either one, you pick one side, you either go over here or go over there, instead of them all working together. I'm just saying, that's why I say a lot of times, in most cases, not all the time, most cases, polygamy hurt families. It's supposed to be good, but most people, man, cheat. So many people who they cheat, man, in these polygamous relationships. So they break up families, man. Men gonna be men. That's nature, huh?
I mean, I personally think we, as men, we not really designed to be monogamous.
I believe that too.
And I think when it comes down to that, some of us are going to have to. That's where practicing self-control comes in, though.
But you do know with most men, like, if he gonna have one chick that he cling more to, he gonna be around doing everything with. In some cases, you know what I'm saying, they just click. And he probably just taking on other women just to build a nation. That's it. But that one click, that chemistry, bro, is rare, bro. That chemistry with one chick is rare and it's beautiful and it's special. But
I've never had one woman in my life.
I'm saying, but it's special though, bro. I'm telling you, it's undeniably special.
No, I was gonna say I've never had just strictly chemistry with just one woman and thought that she was gonna be the rest of my life. But I definitely can say that I have the respect where I just want one woman though.
Yeah.
Like I'll be honest and say, like, it's never.
But it's never answer that question though. What good is it for a man to leave one family and then go to another because he has to be monogamous?
Who said that it was good? I don't agree.
I'm asking you, what good is it? It's no good. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
So, but he has to act as a monogamous. So he can't keep them both together because that'll be polygamy.
I mean,
so he has to act as a monogamous. Right, Angelo? You gotta act as a monogamous. You can't be with both of them. And some people say co-parenting, huh?
Really, I think it can go back where it was.
Somebody got a lot of background noise. So what?
Yeah, that was Jake.
Okay, go ahead. What you saying?
I mean, I kind of agree with, like, I'll be honest with Muslims. Like, they only believe in polygamy when you can afford to do so.
Yeah, because you're just creating poverty, bro. And you creating poverty. Ain't like you separating families, like you leave one family to go with another family, bro. That's harsh on the kids, man. That's harsh. And then you creating a single mother. That's terrible, man.
I mean,
shit terrible, bro.
The sad part is, of it,
and most of the chicks do it to themselves.
That's with it. Like, I can't sit here and be honest and say I agree with this utopia that you described. Like, I can't say I do because
there ain't no
I live in.
That's real. That could be real. That could be real. That's real, and it's already happening. And I'm just saying, like, bro, monogamy really, for poor people, like, if you got somebody who are already established and he meet another established woman or woman to get on board, they ain't never gonna see no poverty. But most of the people, I think, I ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I could be monogamous at the status I'm at. But most people be struggling, bro. I think polygamy will help most of the people that's struggling.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Even if they can't afford, if they all work together, you know what I'm saying? Even if everybody, if the man can't be the breadwinner for all of them, even then, if they can all work together, it'll help them come up out of their poverty. They put all their resources together in one house. They, you know what I'm saying? They got to be strong.
I agree with what you say. I think that would be amazing, and I think that's something that all of us should be a part of. But then again, you have to think that we are men, and we're thinking from a logical standpoint with that. How many women out of 10 do you think you can convince that's a great idea? Black women.
Out of 10? Nah, you only go for the ones that's with it. Most of these chicks be bi anyways.
Oh, yeah, that is weird too, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't even the fact, like, like I said, my sister, Hebrew Israelite, said she'll never do polygamy. Motherfucker started struggling. Guess what she doing now? Best decision she ever made. The motherfuckers ain't struggling no more, huh?
I mean, also we got to remember that too, though. With that, you have to implement in that society. You have to have religion be mandatory though as well.
Yeah, it ain't got to be. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. And I don't really like religion. I just like living on code. Like if it's
yeah.
Ten
I wouldn't say
Commandments,
religion. Then I
living.
would say
I agree. I get
principle.
where you're going. If it's the Ten Commandments, live on that code. But bro, if you got it like that, bro, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You could be monogamous, you could be polygamy, and it still work out for you. You could do either one. You don't really have to do polygamy if you got it like that. But I encourage the people that's poor, man, you already fucked up, man. You might as well. What, like Trump said, what do you have to lose, man? You better try. You need to try something. Cause
Yeah,
doing
I
this
think
shit, the white man keeping us separate
I'm.
and shit like that, and get us struggling. 2-parent home, 1-parent home, 2-parent home. I mean, polygamy keeps you 1-parent home, single mothers. That's all they've been making in America in this capitalist system. Jake, man, you got to get your mute button because you got a lot of racket. But polygamy has been making motherfuckers poor, man. It's bad, bro.
No, because
These
polygamy
motherfuckers
is
be
making it.
struggling because he can't go mess with his other woman because he in a polygamous relationship. But if he was in a damn he's in a monogamous relationship. He was in a polygamous relationship where he could be honest with his woman. Because face it, at the end of the day, men do what they want, boys do what they can. You know what I'm saying? So if we man up and tell our woman, look, yeah, I got it, blah, blah, I want this, I want that, before it all gets started, the women will go with it, bro. I'm telling you right now, they'll go with it. Especially if you
No, they
got it like
won't.
that. Yes, the
I
fuck they
mean,
will, Jake.
no, I'm gonna
No,
be
they
honest
won't.
with you.
You know
I'm
why?
gonna be real.
For you, Jake,
Because
it don't work.
women are being programmed that they don't need a man.
That's the
fact.
ones they are breadwinners. They breadwinners. They that's for them. But there's a lot of women who ain't got it like that.
Most of them
And
women
most of
that
those
say
women
that ain't
end
got
up
a
without
goddamn
nobody.
thing.
They had a
Can I
bunch
be?
of
Can
debt,
I say this and be
and they
candid
end
when
up
I
with
say?
nobody. You know what I'm saying? End up with nobody.
But that's the thing is that I don't think it's successful in the terms of
Jake doing
I'm not
paperwork.
necessarily for. And I had to change my mindset on this, man. I kind of want to bring everybody to the top, and that's a mindset that will make us fall. It's
Bringing
going to be
everybody to the
people
top.
that want to bring everybody to the
You
top, but
can't
not
bring
necessarily.
everybody to the top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
not.
can't do that.
And you got to keep in
You
mind
be
that
top
people
heavy.
in that society, people are going who believe in that are going to have to leave people behind or leave
You're gonna
families
have to
behind
leave people
because
behind. Have to.
yes, and
Have
they're
to.
and in doing that, they're going to be they're going to have to leave families
Can I ask
behind
you this,
because it's
bro?
gonna.
Can I ask you this? Have you ever known any polygamous relationships that's struggling? I just want to ask you. That's it.
Do I know any
I,
polygamous
I,
relationship?
I wait.
Nah.
No, you will never, ever, ever see no polygamous relationship struggling. Never. But
Well, that's because
the motherfucker who got to sneak and cheat and all that behind the motherfucker back,
that's
those are
because
motherfuckers that's
I kind of
struggling.
come up in a house, and I'm gonna be honest, and then I come up in a era that's where it's people not. I'll be honest. I say it in my own way where I'm trying to just explain it in my
Man, I
generation.
give you a better one. Back in the day, man, those old school dads and shit, man. Some of them in the country, them women already knew what it was, bro. And Trav, you know that.
Yep.
Oh no,
Man,
that's facts. I mean, I just
My
think
grandma knew what it was.
I'm gonna just
You
be
know what I'm
honest
And your
saying?
though.
grandma ain't the only one.
This is
oh yeah.
I didn't.
It's just so crazy. And like, and these women, they start networking, they start helping. Oh, you need this, I got this, and they start sharing and bartering or whatever.
I
Bro,
think
they
I
already.
think the problem in this is since I'm living in the younger generation who has to go through the beginning stages of this, I just have a thing where I'm gonna be honest, and my pops kind of gave me this kind of a lesson to where when I'm in a
You can't be
relationship with
putting everything
anybody,
on your pops now. You gotta own up to something.
no, I'm saying he gave me
Throwing
a lesson
DeAngelo
that
under the bus like that now.
no, I mean he gave me a lesson to where I actually believe in, and I think it's smart really where I don't really nowadays have when I'm in a relationship or dealing with a woman, I don't really have a problem with them asking where I'm at during the day.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
some
I
women be keeping tabs on me. Where you at? Where you at?
yeah, like
Yeah.
honestly, like even in the
Don't
relationship
worry
I'm in
about where I'm
now,
at. I'm right down the street.
even in the relationship I'm in now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have that kind of pressure whereas I had it in the past. My girl's kind of happy where I'm coming home, and I call her when I call her, let her know I made it home type stuff. But other than that, it's more so check in to let me know you safe.
Yeah.
And that's where it'll be. That's where a polygamous relationship, where I think it'll be successful. But I don't think
You
it'll be
can't have a
successful.
polygamous relationship in a society like that. You can't. It don't quite work. It's
Yeah.
hard, bro. It don't really work, bro.
Yeah, our society
No.
is not built for it.
No.
And it should be, but it's not.
In the Bible, that's what it says in the Bible. Isaiah 4th chapter, 7 women would take hold of one man. I mean, it's been all our tradition, but the European came along with this. Oprah Winfrey even told women, she said, it's like 3 women to 1 man. She said, I'm sorry, a lot of you are going to be lonely. You said, the men are already messing with more than one of y'all anyways. The men are doubling up anyways, but y'all rather not him tell you the truth. You rather him, not see it. Go behind your back.
I just had that mindset.
And guess what? When they're in a polygamous, them dudes that be cheating, when they're in a polygamous relationship, them girls got tabs on that dude. They know everywhere he going, what he doing. He ain't bringing nothing new in into the circle.
Do you think people can have a discipline to be in that though? Being there though,
bro, you know how hard it is to please one woman.
Man.
Come on, man. So you got no choice but to act right, man.
Yeah,
polygamy ain't no lustful thing where you thinking with your dick, bro. No.
Nah, and I don't know this dude, man.
And
I'm trying so hard to know his name. And he's a famous guy, but he said he has 2 or maybe 3 where
it's plenty of dudes like that. You talking about Polite?
Huh?
You talking about Polite?
I don't know if that's his name, but he said
the African dude.
I think so.
He ain't no African.
He discusses with his first wife whenever he wants to bring somebody in the relationship, but it has to be beneficial to the relationship as a whole.
Most of the time, the women, it has to be beneficial. But most of the time, because them women are not gonna let nobody come in there and eat off of them, bro. It ain't gonna happen.
No,
but
women patrol like they patrol like the hunting lions, man.
Yeah, for real, man. I'll tell you,
like
and the reason and a lot of them do it because they know they're gonna reach that financial goal a lot faster, and they be recruiting.
But you have to get everybody. You have to honestly be able to get it.
I'm just saying, like you said in that land, or you call it as you call it, the utopia, but it's really real. Like once you lay down the law. But
I call it utopia because I think it's perfect. I think that'd be great.
It has to be a reality, bro. And you can't get married, and like when you get married in a system, man, you better make sure you know that woman.
Hey,
because they can injure your empire, man. Destroy
it. And look, and wrapping this thing up, we gotta put our faith in Jaylen Brown and making this a reality.
Hey, Angelo Jr., I bet you Jaylen Brown got more than one wife. I promise you that.
I promise you
that.
I wouldn't be
you that he Hebrew Israelite. I promise you that.
You can give me the lowest NBA contract and I'm gonna have more than one wife. So I'm cool. Like I get that.
But, yeah, well, you helping Black America. You help create more Black lives. You know what I'm saying?
I just think here's the thing that I think.
But are you got more than one wife, or you gonna bring more lives on the planet? So you know what I'm saying. So whenever you're ready, whenever you're in the financial, don't start making them babies before you're financially ready.
Nah, Pops already said he ain't watching the kids. So, I just think it's gonna be hard to get that possible because you have to get into the mindset of the people my age, and y'all know our age is really ain't listening like that.
Nobody is waiting on y'all, man.
Nobody's
waiting on y'all.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
You can't make that.
We are the people that we've been waiting for.
You can make that society with the men of your age group, but you can't make it with the women.
We are the people you've been waiting for. The people you've been waiting on, you are the people you've been waiting on.
Hey, what I always tell you, Dave?
We're the ones we've been waiting for. Yeah.
What I always tell you, Dave? If you lead, somebody gonna follow.
somebody gonna follow, man. And bro, and Angelo, bro, you can stretch Junior, you can stretch all this shit, bro. I'm not really thinking about it like what you saying on the. I'm just thinking about strategies to get our people out of the struggle. I said that, and I said gardening. I said land. I said that also.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I just don't
That
agree.
was
I
just
just
one
don't.
of the solutions. That's not the only thing I'm focused on.
No, I agree
Nobody
with. I
don't
agree
have
with a
to
lot of
take
stuff
that
you say.
route.
I agree with a lot of stuff you say. I just don't.
But bro,
I just don't think
why do most of these women, they look at the good guys as like soft?
because
You
the
know what I'm
good
saying?
guys
When you have one guy, one woman, they look at you as soft, bro. A lot of them do. So I'm just saying it's just different avenues we could take. We can have our own grocery stores on our own businesses like Jaylen Brown doing. That's just one of the solutions. We just that one was interesting or new or whatever. So it was like or rare. You know what I'm saying? I should say, but that's all I'm saying. But my main thing is the fucking ground, the land, and the garden. Yeah, the cattle and all of that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Well, hey man, let's sign us out tonight, man.
Whatever the fuck I want.
This was a good dialogue back and forth, man. Brothers bouncing ideas off each other's head. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna get us forward. You know what I'm saying? So I'm signing out. Trav, Dave, D, Jake Gone. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me, Pop. And nice
Yeah.
talking to y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all giving me y'all ideas and y'all voice, man.
Yeah,
Definitely,
talk shit
bro,
Tuesday, whatever the fuck I want. Raw Sports Radio. Go keep it moving, man. See y'all next week.
Whatever the fuck I want, man. Salute.
We out.
We out.
Church.